Okay, let's get right into this because I'm pretty sure we've all been there. You're finally in bed, ready to sleep, but your brain, well, it decides it's the perfect time to open up a 24-hour diner of random thoughts. So today, we're going to figure out exactly why your brain feels so incredibly loud at night.
Right? It's the ultimate paradox. The house is finally quiet, the screens are off, the world is asleep, but inside your head, it's Times Square on New Year's Eve. We spend all day wishing for a little peace and quiet, and when we finally get it, our own mind just won't cooperate. So, what's the deal?
And that's exactly where we're going to start, with this very strange contradiction. You can think of it as the nightly noise paradox, that crazy moment when the quieter the world around you gets, the louder the noise inside your head seems to become.
I mean, think about your day. You're constantly juggling things. Emails, deadlines, conversations, making a million tiny decisions. Your brain is in overdrive, focused completely on the outside world. And by the end of it, you are just spent. Your mental battery is blinking red, and all you want is to plug in and recharge.
And then, bam, it happens. The second your head hits that pillow, the external world fades and the internal monologue just fires up. All of a sudden, you're replaying some awkward thing you said last week, you're planning a meeting for next month, or you're worrying about something that's totally out of your control. It is absolutely exhausting.
And in that moment, it's so easy to think, why can't I just turn this off? Is my brain broken or something? It really feels like a malfunction, you know? A glitch in the system that's supposed to be powering down for the night.
But here's the thing. The answer is not that your brain is broken. The truth is actually way more interesting, and it all comes down to a simple twist in perspective. It's about understanding why that silence suddenly feels so loud.
Okay, so here is the big idea that's going to flip this whole thing on its head. The problem isn't that your thoughts are suddenly cranking up the volume at night.
Nope. Those thoughts, they were there all along, kind of bubbling just beneath the surface. It's just that the noise of the day, the cars, the notifications, the people, it was drowning them out. Nighttime doesn't create the thoughts. It just takes away their hiding places.
This shows the switch perfectly. During the day, your brain is like a bouncer at a club, keeping all that internal chatter, the worries, the daydreams, outside so you can focus on your work. But at night, the bouncer goes home, and all those thoughts that were waiting in line can finally rush the door and hit the dance floor.
So, what you're actually hearing is your own mind, totally unfiltered. It's all the stuff you were too busy to deal with during the day, the stray ideas, the lingering emotions. The silence is just the empty stage where they finally get to have their moment in the spotlight.
But here's the cool part. This isn't just random noise. Your brain is actually clocking in for its night shift to do some really important work. And it turns out this shift has three main jobs.
So first up is something called the Default Mode Network, or the DMN. This is basically what your brain defaults to when it's not busy focusing on something external. It's not off, not at all. It's busy connecting dots, reviewing memories, thinking about who you are, and mapping out the future. It's your brain's own internal storyteller.
Second, there's delayed emotional processing. You know how it is. You get an annoying email, but you can't really react because you're on a call. You feel a little flicker of sadness, but you just push it aside to get through the day. Well, your brain puts all those feelings into a mental inbox, and nighttime is when it finally has a chance to sit down and open the mail.
And number three is the cognitive backlog. This is basically a mental to-do list of unfinished business. The problem you didn't quite solve, that idea you forgot to write down, the worry you didn't have time for. Your brain is a fantastic project manager, and it uses the quiet of night to start sorting through its massive inbox of pending tasks.
So, when you put all three of these things together, the storyteller, the emotional processor, and the project manager, it all leads to the most powerful part of this whole thing, a complete and total mindset shift.
You see, that frantic noise in your head that drives you crazy, it's not a flaw. It's actually the sign of a healthy brain doing its job. It's your brain integrating your sense of self, balancing your emotions, and getting organized for tomorrow. It's essential maintenance work.
Let that one just sink in for a second. All that noise you're hearing, that's just the sound of your mind when it finally gets the freedom to do its thing, without being constantly interrupted by the outside world. It's not broken, it's finally free.
And that is the absolute key. This nightly brain dump isn't a bug you need to fix. It's a fundamental feature of your operating system. It's designed to help you process, learn, and grow. It's not just normal, it's necessary.
And that brings us to one last really powerful thought.
We usually fight this feeling, right? We resist it, we get angry at it, and we try to force it into silence. But what if we just changed the question we ask ourselves?
What if, instead of seeing it as an enemy, you saw your racing mind as a guide that's literally showing you what needs your attention, what feels unresolved in your life, and what your subconscious is trying to sort out? Asking this question can turn a frustrating night into a powerful moment of self-discovery. So, what is your mind trying to tell you?